The low door opened onto a stair that went down longer than the hill was tall. The walls were lined with shallow stone niches, and in each niche lay a folded gown, sized for a queen, dust-free after centuries, waiting for a body the office had not yet decided to need.
Go. I will keep the houses speaking the true names. As long as the living keep saying them up here, the dead cannot be quietly revised down there. Grief is not a form to be filed.
The dressing room of dead queens lay at the bottom. 3 long slabs, 3 silver basins, and a wall of small wooden drawers, each labeled in a hand that moved when you tried to read it. In the center of the floor was the third mouth, not a basin of water like the chapel, but a flat black table with a needle standing upright in it, threaded with gray.
There. That is the instrument. Not the woman, she was right about that much, curse her honesty. The needle is the third hand, and the table beneath it is the same table that sat beneath the throne. The office has only ever had one table. It simply grew more mouths to speak with.
You understand it. Of course you do. Do you know how rare it is to be understood, Master Galven? 300 years of clerks, and they all wanted to use me. You are the first who wants to read me.
Then read her, Galven, but do not be read. What is she? She is not the office and she is not free of it. I have seen that posture before, in a mirror in a chapel.
She is dressed too. Look. Her own shroud is on underneath the grey. Someone made her presentable a long time ago and never let her lie down. I can feel the wrongness moving, and I can feel where it is afraid.
The dresser's gloved hand paused over the needle. For the length of one breath the certainty went out of her, and underneath the wardrobe mistress stood a woman with a much older grief stitched shut inside her collar.
I was a queen seamstress. I dressed her for her wedding and I dressed her for her grave in the same season, because the crown decided one was simpler than the other. When I wept, they filed my weeping as resignation, and gave me her needle, and told me I had volunteered.
What is your name? Not your office. Your name, the one they filed under resignation. I am an archivist, madam, and finding the misplaced original is the only thing I have ever truly been good at.
I do not have one anymore. The office keeps it, and that is how it keeps me. I dress the dead so that I am too busy to notice I am one of them. I do not erase them. I only correct what they were, because it is the only work that lets me forget what I was.
Then we will find it and read it back to you. That is what this whole yard is for. We did not come to bury daughters quietly. We came to make the office give the names back, all of them, yours included.
Aldric set his sword against the wall, point down, hands open. He had understood, the way he had understood with Thomas, that this was not a room a blade could win. The only weapon that worked here was an accurate sentence, and he was not the one who carried those.
Galven, I have buried soldiers under the wrong names because the wrong names were faster, and I have regretted every one of them. Tell me there is a way to do this that does not cost the best clerk I have left.
There is a way that works, my lord, and a way that does not cost me, and they are unfortunately not the same way. The office cannot edit a closed record. It can only edit what is still open. Every living witness is an open record, and that is the flaw it survives on.
He means a finished one. A record that is finished cannot be changed, but a person is only finished when... Oh. Galven. No. I can feel where it is afraid, and it is afraid of you now.
Galven set his writing board flat on the central slab, beside the upright needle, and began to write in a hand that had stopped shaking. Not because the fear had left him. Because he had finally found a fear worth being steady for.
I am going to write the true ledger of the dead into one record, and then close it with myself. A closed record sealed by its own author cannot be amended, only read. The office can take an open clerk. It cannot edit a finished book.
No. We do not keep losing people to doors. You came back from the chapel. You are supposed to be the one who survives to write the rest of it down. If it wants obedience, it can learn the sound of refusal first.
Wren. Child. Lady Orel. Someone has to be the page that cannot be turned. I have spent my whole life making accurate copies, so let me make, just once, an original that no one alive can revise.
Tell me there is another clerk. Tell me there is a younger hand. I will take the cost plainly, but I will not let the crown name it for us, and I am tired of the crown naming my dead.
There is a younger hand, and she is standing beside you in a gray cloak. She is going to need an example of how this is done correctly far more than she needs me alive to nag her about her margins.
He dipped his pen and began the ledger. He wrote Serin Orel, and how she died, and why, and who she refused. He wrote Thomas Vey, envoy, who put his crest down on purpose. He wrote Mirrodin Vale, who had been Sister Idra, sacrificed at Belglass. He wrote names from the yard above, the drowned and the burned and the sold.
Stop. You do not understand what you are doing. If you close that record with yourself, the office cannot touch it, but neither can it touch you, which means I cannot dress you, which means you will be remembered exactly as you are.
Yes. That is the entire point, madam. I have read my own character closely for 70 years, and I am content to be remembered exactly as I am, pedantic, frightened, and right. Continue threading if you must. I write faster than you so.
I can hold the mouth open a little, so it cannot bite him while he writes. It hurts, but it is the kind of hurt that means I am in the right place. Mother is keeping the names alive upstairs, and I can feel them coming down through the floor.
Above, in the yard, Seraphine had the houses speaking in turn, each true name said once and clearly, and the litany ran down the long stair like water finding a crack. Every true name spoken above arrived below as ink that would not lift, and Galven caught each one as it fell.
Then I will read them with you. 2 hands on the same ledger. I am the heir of an erased house, and I will read the true names where the crown cannot edit them. If we are making a record that cannot be revised, it should have more than one witness's hand in it.
Agreed, and noted, and frankly a relief. You take the living, I will take the dead. Try not to write like a person who learned her letters from a sword instructor. There. That is almost a serif. There is hope for the house yet.
The needle moved faster now, the dresser working against them with 300 years of practice, restitching crests onto names as fast as they were written. But a thread can be picked out, an ink that has dried into a closed page cannot, and slowly the ledger filled with names the needle could no longer reach.
You are ruining 3 centuries of careful presentation. Do you know what happens to a kingdom that remembers all of its dead accurately? It cannot govern. It cannot forget enough to forgive itself. You are not saving them. You are sentencing the living to honesty.
Then we will serve the sentence. A realm that cannot bear its own true ledger has no business keeping one in secret. Finish it, Galven. We will hold the door and the houses and the line for exactly as long as you need and 1 breath longer.